Welcome once again. Part
Hey,
two.
everyone.
Part two
Part 2.
of 3 for the day.
Yes.
This is a good one.
How is everybody? I'm going to share a few things here. And as you know, I am on my Chaka Tour page because we are focusing on Chaka Tour.
Chaka Tour. Adjust the camera real quick here. There we go.
Did you get it?
Yeah, it was way too far over.
All right. And I'm going to get Sean up to where he can see all these beautiful comments.
Yes, please. Thank
You
you.
know, he likes that and stuff.
You know me.
He likes it.
You know me, OPP.
Oh my gosh, did you really just do that?
I did. Isn't that
I
weird?
love you. That's so awesome. All right, guys.
Hi, all.
I think I am, well, possibly. Not yet.
All right, I will not go to us yet.
I gotta, put clothes on. No, I'm just kidding. That was a fake laugh, if anyone wants to know. That's what Sean's fake laugh is. All right, Sean.
There we go.
Here you go.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Hey, everyone.
Howdy.
Welcome. I am sorry we are late, but it is for a very, very good reason.
Mm-hmm.
So, if you guys don't already know, can you zoom in on us? That's a little tight,
go.
and I can move the camera up. This is our 10th video, and I keep telling you to zoom in.
It gets changed a lot.
A little more? I don't like to see the table. I can move the camera up, Sean. I'm on it.
Yes, please. Just the camera
I know,
now, please.
Sean. Okay, tell me when, Mr. McCoy.
Up. There.
Good?
Yeah, and you can actually just tilt that away just a little bit. Right there. We're good.
Okay.
Thank you.
Our communication rocks. All right, guys. So while everyone's coming in, say hello. I have to tell you guys.
Greetings.
So we are late. I apologize, but it's for a very good reason. So my new employee, Sean McCoy here, and stuff. This is how sweet this guy is, guys. I know I give him a hard time and stuff, but he said, "Are you hungry?" I said, "A little bit." And he said, "Well, I'm going to go and get some food." He went to Costco and got food, and while he was there, he picked up mats for our back.
Mats for the back.
Because in our last video, I said, "Oh, my back's killing me in these mats." So thank you. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
I love you.
I love you.
All right, guys. So welcome to my Chaka Tour segment of 100K celebration. If you're not familiar with what's going on all this, we, because of all of you, got to 100,000 subscribers a couple of weeks ago. And I told everyone I had a ton of giveaways planned. We've already done some of those giveaways. We did 3 yesterday. We're doing 3 today because I'm pretty sure I'm mentally insane because this was after a 12-hour Watts of Love auction on Sunday. So I'm exhausted and I didn't give myself enough time in between each video.
Sorry.
It is what it is though, right? So in these videos, I just share why I'm doing a video on a specific company and how it's impacted us and why they're such a good business partner. So before we get started on the project, let me explain everything down below. I am giving away a completed Chaka Tour project. It's against policy for me to give away transfers or paste or anything like that. So we're going to do a project that I'm really excited about. I hope you guys like it too. And I will be giving that away. The Rafflecopter is down below, and you can enter all of that down below, and we'll pick a winner in a week. We'll sign the back of it and ship it off to the winner. And during our auction, a lot of these items went for $250, so it's a really good prize package. All right, so let me, and then everything else is down below. So all the supplies I use for the project, just like normal. All right, so Chaka Tour. This is a very interesting story, and I can tell you specifically the moment in time this happened. So in the summer of 2017, myself and Sean were at our first Silhouette Summit, and we were eating breakfast, and I got a text from someone that says, "Have you seen this new product? It looks pretty amazing." And they sent me a Kickstarter video. And in this Kickstarter video, it was basically talking about these chalk transfers and paste, and I watched it. And it was one of those times when you watch a video and you're like, wow, this is cool. I didn't say, wow, this will be huge. I said, this is really cool. I showed Sean. He was like, I get it, but I'm not sure. I signed up right away. And when I say I signed up, I asked to be on the list. Because at that time, they were only allowing so many people onto the list. Oh, I forgot to tell you, if you guys want any questions answered, make sure they're in caps so Sean can see them.
Thank you.
Because he monitors both Facebook and YouTube because he's amazing. So at that time, I went on the list. a couple weeks later, I got an email to join. At that time, the starter kit was much more expensive because you got a lot more and a bigger board and stuff. The kit showed up to my house. You guys got to understand, there was no really videos out there yet. There was no training or anything. The company was just brand new. They weren't even really a company. And I didn't touch it for a couple weeks because I was so busy with work and all my other business partnerships. And we finally got around to opening it. And we played around with it and we thought, oh, this is cool. But of course, as it is with any new product, I ran into roadblocks. And gosh, why is it doing this? And why is it doing this? And I kind of was frustrated. I was like, I don't think this product's as good as we thought, Sean. He's like, yeah, I don't think so either. So we went a month without even playing with it. And finally I was like, we need to give this a try. And so I reached out to my upline, who's Mandy, and said, why is it doing this? And she started training me and saying, well, you're lifting the transfer too much. You're not getting your paste and stuff. And so we started obviously learning tricks and tips and stuff. And at that point, I was like, Sean, this is pretty cool. Now, I've never been part of a direct sales before. I've never been part of a multi-level marketing before. I've never been part of any kind of company like this to where I was really invested. But I knew I wanted to share it. I wanted to share this new thing because I loved it. I loved the results once I figured out my tips and tricks. And I knew that what are people going to do when they run into issues? They're going to go to YouTube. And if there's nothing out there, we can't train them. So I made a commitment. I started doing videos. My team grew. I didn't really understand why is this important. And then as my team grew and I kind of got it, Mandy started reaching out to me as a great team mentor she is and said, hey, you should try this, or you have all these people joining, you need to train them, you need to do this. And I essentially told her, I'm too busy. You deal with it. Mandy is the sweetest person, and she goes, okay, thank you, Ken, and kind of left it at that. Then the Chaka Tour leadership came, and Mandy reached out to me and said, you really need to go. You should be there. You're a leader. Do you want to do this? And I said, I don't even know if I want to do this. And I went to leadership. Sean was there. I got to meet one of my team members, Victoria Bagan. I remember sitting in leadership and just kind of taking it all in and saying, gosh, we paid plane tickets. We paid, the flight, the hotel. We had to pay for leadership. But at that moment, everything started coming together. I started being around like minds. I started understanding what Chaka Tour's mission was. I met the CEO. I got on the vision. I felt the excitement. And then I started talking to people that had left their jobs doing this and saying, how did you do that? And they gave me ideas. And I cannot tell you what it was besides getting to know people and stuff. But I left and I was instantly motivated to do more of a Chaka Tour. That next day, Sean was like, oh my gosh, what have you been doing for 6 hours? And I said, I'm just opening groups and creating content. That day, mine and Sean's life changed. Mm-hmm. I became a better Chaka Tour leader myself. I started hopefully educating and inspiring. I started making a lot of content to get information out there. And 3 months later, I was able to leave my job because of Chaka Tour and because of my other partnerships with Cricut and some other great companies. And then, as you guys know, just on Monday, Sean was able to leave his job. Without Chaka Tour, we wouldn't have been able to do this. Now, people always ask, well, do you just do Chaka Tour because of the money you make or because it replaced income? And I always say that is a nice bonus, but even if this was a retail product, I would still be purchasing and using it because I'm addicted to it. It is great results. It produces beautiful items. I would love to show you, but we have auctioned most of them off. Yep. It's a great organization. It's truly impacted my life in words I can't even express. Sean adores it and loves it, so that's why we're featuring it. Now, I did reach out to my compliance department. I said, hey, I'm giving away stuff for my 100K. How can I do this so I could stay within my guidelines? With that said, when you go to Rafflecopter, there is an option to share the video. Do not share this video. You can share the contest, but do not share the video because I do have purchase links in here and that's against compliance. So if you are a Chaka Tour designer and still want to enter to get the artwork, absolutely do it. Just don't share the actual video with my purchase links because I would never want you to get in trouble. So, disclosure. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this project. Let me explain the project and tell you what we're doing. I like to think outside of the box with Couture. So we're going to make a really cool display that hopefully someone will win and love. And I'm really big. Of course, you can create chalkboards like this very easy, but I love combining our surfaces to create something else. We did it with our seed packet video. I did it with my Couture Tour Seattle. So that is what we're going to be doing today. Once again, any questions, put in caps, and Sean will answer for you. So I'm going to get going, and Sean's going to monitor and kind of talk about Couture and stuff.
Yes.
Because I know there are people out there that might not know what Couture is. It's still fairly new.
Yep.
So he's going to tell you who we are and ways you can experience Couture. And
which one's which here? That's the right one, first one, right? That one or this one? I forget. Oh, here we are. Here we go. Oh my goodness.
So there's 3 different ways you can experience Couture, Sean. What are they?
3 ways.
The first way is you can become a designer.
Yes, you can.
And as a designer, you can either create beautiful things and get an amazing discount, or you can try to replace your income by building a team and motivating and inspiring others. Of course, you can buy directly from my website. And the third option is Club Couture, which we will talk about. Club Couture essentially gets you an exclusive B-size transfer, 3 pay singles, and free shipping for $19.99. So these are for people that aren't sure. I'm not sure if I want to be a designer. I'm not sure if I want to be a customer.
It's like testing the water.
Yeah, and it's like a subscription box, which Ken's addicted
even better.
to. Now, if you're saying, well, I don't even know if I want to join, Ken, what is it? Well, we specialize in silk screens. These silk screens have stickiness on the back. This way they do not shift when you're putting our Chalkology paste over them, and you get perfect results. So our Chalkology paste comes in beautiful colors. We have about, I think we're up to
30 something?
31. I think it's 39. I could be wrong. So we always have in vogue colors, which are colors that are only good for the catalog. We have a beautiful palette, and we have singles, and that's what our Club Couture members go. But now, let's say people usually use paste on chalkboards and glass and tile and pretty much any non-porous surface. And the great thing is water washes it away. But if you want to use it on shirts or canvas or pillows, we have that too. That's our Couture Ink. This gives you the ability to pretty much put it on any surface under the sun. It just depends on, are you going to use our Couture paste or are you going to use our ink? So there is a quick rundown. The process that you're going to see me do is very easy. It's a 4-step process. The 4-step process is the transfer itself, peeling it off. We're going to place it on the board. We're going to paste the transfer, and then we're going to peel. So you can get polished designs literally in just minutes. So that's a quick rundown for those that do not know what Couture is. I get the question all the time, Ken, are you ever going to do card videos and stuff? And I hope you guys can see that now that Sean's joining us, that will happen. But I took advice from a good friend of mine, Miss Melody Lane, and I do what I love. And I love this right now. It is, not only do I love the product, I love the community. This community, oh, I've met so many wonderful people. So let's get started and have Sean move the computer here because this is a bigger board.
Up here.
And once again, if you guys have questions, make sure Sean sees them in nice caps.
Yes, please. And I'm trying to look at 2 different things, so give me a moment to look around. I know some people were just wondering about yesterday. Have we chit-chatted with our other company?
The other company had me on hold forever, and I am on hold on chat, so I've given up. In fact, that's why we were late this morning and had to move it an hour. So I finally had to give up. So I will try to give them a call maybe next week when I'm not doing 7,000 videos
at once. Yep.
So can we go down to this and then put picture in picture? So we're going to start with our Grayson board. This Grayson board is our biggest. It's 18.5 by 24. This beautiful transfer I love. It is called On the Day You Were Born. Now it is out of stock. I'm so sorry, but it will come back in stock. So definitely, if you love this transfer, have patience. And you're going to say, well, Ken, that's on a pretty big board. Do you know what you're doing? And it will come together at the end, I promise. Now, the colors we are going to be using for this fun board is white, buttermilk, and forget-me-not.
two of my favorite colors right there.
Yes.
And it's not white.
And it's not what? Oh. Sean, you're so silly. So, first thing I'm going to do before we do anything, let me move this out of the way, is I am almost out of my white and forget-me-not, so I am going to combine old paste into my new paste jars here. So I'll have Sean zoom in here. This paste, it does not take a lot to do our projects, guys. So even when you get down in your paste jars, you want to save this stuff, because believe me. And then what I do, and this is completely up to you, I save our jars. I either use them for height reasons, and I'll show you what I mean here in a sec, or I use them to mix custom colors.
Yes, you can make custom colors with all this stuff, including the inks. So
these are our stir sticks, which I love. I do have a Band-Aid on. I had a blister, it popped. Now it's bleeding, unfortunately.
So our good friend Carol Lawrence says, I can't wait for Canada to come here. And it's coming close, Carol. We're coming. We're coming.
I know. I can't wait to, because this product, I will say, there's a lot of products on the market I, of course, get excited about. But this product has just gotten better with time. And stuff. So I just am obsessed with it. I'll be honest with you guys.
You received your card today? Nice.
I gave a card.
Luann McAllister. We sent her a card.
Oh, yes, we did.
Yes.
I'm glad you got it. One of our giveaways, yes.
Yes, excellent.
Oh, that's awesome. I'm glad you got that, Luann. All right, so I am just now also getting my paste ready. So I tend to like to have my paste ready to go. So that way when I'm ready to do the project, I'm not worried about it being too dry or anything. If our paste feel a little dry, you want it about the consistency, we say, of cake batter. You just want to squirt a little bit of water in there, stir it, and you're good to go.
Hello to all you people just joining in Facebook, a whole bunch of you.
Hello, everyone. If you have not been to this Facebook page, so essentially because Chaka has become a pretty big part of my business, I wanted to separate it from the rest of the stuff I do, which is general craft reviews and deals and sales. Because I do know that there's people out there that are like, I get it, can you do Chaka, and they're not interested. So I have created a separate dedicated Chaka page. And if you haven't liked it, make sure, because we're doing lives on it all the time and you might be missing out. Isn't that right, Sean?
That is so correct.
And I will say, and Sean can talk now, so since I usually take up all my talkie time. This is one of the few products on the market that Sean loves.
Yeah,
he actually will use it, and I've never, his main reason of leaving his job, besides being with the person he loves, Jasmine, I'm kidding.
We love Jasmine, but that'd be you.
Yes, okay.
But we love Jasmine.
Is he was so bummed he couldn't go to Chaka functions. So
there's a couple I had to miss because of work.
Yep, that's how much he loves it. He loves the leadership team. He loves everyone. He has a ball. People adore him at the, convention. And if he's not there, where I wanted to meet Sean. Where is he? So, and it was fun when we went to the Seattle Couture Tour. We were able to announce him retiring. So it was really a sweet moment.
Yep, it was.
It truly is like a family thing. So this is how our chalk paste normally comes, with a foil lid. Chaka has already announced to us that they are going to put a little pull tab on these, because right now I just take a knife or a blade and cut around it because I don't try to peel. I do know that there are people, here's a great tip, I don't do it, but it is a good tip. There are people out there that just take this and fold it in half, which is actually kind of genius, and what they do is they leave it like that. So when they're doing, their pasting, instead of wiping it here, they take it and then foil it up. I go through too much paste for that, but it's a great.
You could use also a rubber band.
Yes,
I saw that on one of those YouTube video or the Facebook videos that just are like, you sit there and watch, and there's more in those 5-minute crafting things.
Yes.
That's one of them. So yeah, use that over a big thing.
We saw that on like a paint jar and stuff, where they just took a thing, and Sean said, oh, we could do that with our paint jars. And I was like, oh my gosh, Sean.
Yeah.
We're reinventing the wheel.
Yeah.
So this one's a brand new paste, so we're going to make sure this is nice and smoothie consistency. This is probably Sean's favorite color. Every time I say, Sean, what color do you think we should do this in? He doesn't even have to look at the transfer. Forget me not.
Forget me not.
I'm like, Sean, We're not using blues.
There are other colors I like too.
What's your favorite color besides Forget Me Not? Like if you had to choose your next color of current colors, not retired colors.
One of the purple. Hey,
is it which one? The board's right next to you.
Let me see here.
I like to put him on the spot and see how good of a Chaka Couture representative he is.
I love this one. Is called I think this is mixed berry or
mixed berry.
Berry. No.
Oh, which one, Shani? Here? That is not. That is the new raspberry sorbet. It's the number one selling color right now.
It's beautiful. I also like because there's that one.
Wait, show them that board while I'm doing this. Zoom out and show them all the colors you love and tell them what colors they are. I'll be ready to go here in 1 sec.
So here's all the colors. Of course, this dark one is Midnight Blue, isn't it? Midnight something?
Midnight Sky.
Midnight Sky. So that's why it's a little hard. This works really well on whiteboards.
Yes.
Or any kind of white surface. This works really nice. And these, and I also have to say that once they finally found a way to do the shimmer or the glitter type effect, and the gold, silver, and the copper they're amazing. So much nicer than they used to be. For yellows, Bumblebee is beautiful. I really liked, one of the greens they used to have, but as a close read change is Parakeet. I like that. So, but these are all the colors. Grape soda, grape soda was very pretty when we had it. Or do we still have it? I can't remember.
We do. It's in the drawer.
Yeah, that's right. Grape soda. You have to say you have to like them all, but there are a couple favorites out there. I think that's grape soda. Isn't that pretty? Gorgeous, people, gorgeous. Yes, Carol Lawrence, a rubber band. I'll kind of give you an idea what that means. I've got one. If you give us a half second, you'll hear me, but you won't see me. I'll grab a rubber band here. Let's see, you just need one small enough to go, not too big, not too small. Give me a second here. Gotta go through all these rubber bands, see what I got left. Not too many left here. It's best if you can get kind of a wide version one that's a little on the wider side. So what you would do, here's a rubber band. You could literally, I'm going to take one that's not opened yet, but just if you look at it, here, let me zoom in. So let's say this is full of paste. If you take a rubber band, after you do all your stuff, you can literally just do this real quick. So when you dip in your, when you're dipping, instead of going like this, you can dip and do this.
Well, we'll show them today.
So we'll do that. Yeah, let's do one, and we'll show you. And you can do that if you get the really bigger ones that can literally fit around a half-gallon paint can or even a pint or something like that. Instead of using the side, this way it just dips right. It just drops all right back in there, and it doesn't get the size all ooey gooey.
Ooey gooey. That's how I like my brownies.
Ooey gooey. Yes.
All right, guys, we are ready. I have all my paste ready to go.
Eucalyptus is pretty.
So on our boards, just to let you know, there is a Chaka Couture logo towards the bottom. Sorry if I hit the camera. There is a Chaka Couture logo at the bottom, and this is to let you know what is your top and side. I've still messed this up, guys, and Sean's been able to fix that. So
yeah, those hooks can unscrew, and you can put it down the other end if you need to.
I'm gonna go get a new one. Well,
it's all right. Well, I can get a new one.
Yeah, I'll get a new one.
I'm gonna have to slight crack in it.
Yeah, I'll have to do a claim on that.
Yeah, claim. So anyway, that's what's great, especially if you can find on paint cans, if you can find the ones that are large and that are about, like almost a 1/4 inch or so, those work really great on paint cans.
All right, so let's grab a new board, guys. I took that out of the box.
Will you be at Launch Love?
Launch, is that for Canada? Is that what they're talking about? If they're talking about the Canada, yes, I will be there.
Yes, if that's what you're talking about, yes, we will.
Yes, we will be at Launch Love.
Yeah, it's coming up soon.
That's how close we're getting in Canada.
Yeah.
Wait. There you go, love. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And then 2 more, love.
Oh. See how much I'm not even paying attention.
There we go.
There we go.
All right, this one looks much better. All right, everyone. Gonna have Sean move the computer out of the way, if not, I'm gonna keep hitting it. Yeah. So you might have to refigure some stuff.
I don't have much room.
I know you don't, love. I'm sorry. All right, so this is a brand new transfer.
We almost need to go shove everything that away.
Do you want me to?
I mean, I would have to move the camera and everything, but
Do you want me
I think
to
we're
just
I
move
think
the...
we're okay. I think we're
Okay. All right, so this is a brand new transfer. I've never used it, so we do need to do what's called fuzzing of the transfer. And that's essentially, Sean will explain why, but we're basically, I know what you're thinking, like, Ken, why would you want to get rid of the stickiness of the transfer? That's kind of the magic, but you really do need to, or you could stretch your transfer. The way I do this is I take my transfer, put it face down, and remove the backing just like so. And just like that. So Sean, why do we have to fuzz fuzzy wuzzy the
now
transfer?
everybody who's seen this already knows, but those who are new, these are very sticky. I mean, really sticky. It wouldn't be too bad on these boards because these boards are not of super solid surface. They actually kind of have a
I don't know where you're going with this comment.
There's a way when you feel it. It's not super smooth. So
yeah,
things like glass.
There's a little bit of a texture to
texture.
it.
That's the word I'm thinking of. So there's a texture. So
where glass is super smooth and they stick to glass.
Yeah,
like you almost have to be a muscle man.
Oh my goodness! You really have to fuzz when you do anything that has absolutely no pores, no texture, and it's smooth like glass or even some porcelains.
But even on a board like this, we really need fuzz. Not so much because it won't come off, but you don't want to stretch your transfer, especially if it's a layer transfer. You want it to easily remove. So that is what we're doing. I'm using our fuzzing cloths, which are my favorite item out of the last catalog release because up to that point, people were using kitchen towels, and some people, not naming names, were using Norwex cloths.
I don't know who would do that. But anyway, yeah, so once you do this, you're giving it a less sticky feeling. So when you do pull, it doesn't have that. It won't stretch it. It won't. Believe it or not, you can actually tear these if it was really bad.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's
why. So we want to put this right towards the top and as much in the middle, which will make more sense in a little bit here.
Yep.
But we're going to put this towards the top, and essentially everything is going to be white except for we have some moons and stars and angels that I'm going to be using that buttermilk for. All right, so I like to use our 4-inch squeegee to make sure there is no bubbles and ripples. And why is this important, Mr. McCoy?
If you have a bubble, if you have a ripple under, especially that is near your actual screen part, it could actually get, your paste will slip right through it, and then you're going to have overspill or a leak.
Yep. So if you don't have a good adherence to your board, here's the two issues. Number one, like Sean said, it could go underneath the transfer, and that's no bueno. The other thing is if you have a bubble in the actual screen, it will show that bubble when you remove it. You'll have a nice consistent finish with like kind of a little bubble mark.
Yep.
So now there's two ways we could do this. We are using white and two other colors. I'm going to use the 4-inch squeegee to apply the white and just hopefully be very careful. Oh wait, we don't have to be very careful. I have a cool product that we can use. So this is our placement tape. And I use placement tape a lot to block out areas I don't want other paste to get on. And essentially what this is essentially doing is masking it to where you don't hit it, and then we can just peel it off. It's very inexpensive. The consistency is almost that of washi tape. However, it's made of almost the same feel of our screen material, so you're not going to worry about it getting caught up on the screen. And then, so this is what I use. Other people are just super careful.
Yep.
But Kenny is a messy crafter, so he masks it.
Yep. And did you say why we have this?
So you can explain it. Fine.
So on top of all these beautiful transfers we also have transfers of fonts. And if you want a good placement of your fonts, the way they made the tape, along with the font itself, there's these things on how you can place them in this so they're all perfect.
You make basically you take your letters and they look like parentheses.
Yep.
And when you put the parentheses together, it makes a circle, and you draw that circle and paste it, and it tells you where to line up your next letter.
And so these are the tape will give you the spacing for each letter, so they're all equal all the way across.
Yeah. I don't do a lot with our fonts. Not that I don't like them, I just have so many other ideas. Okay, so I have all of my paste there, or tape, excuse me. So I am going to move on to white. Are we ready, Sean?
I think so.
Okay, so I'm using my multi-tool just to apply some white paste onto the board in different areas.
Crafty Girls. I remember Crafty Girls. Hi. Did you guess where to put the stencil, or was it marked? We kind of just eyeballed it. A lot of times, if we really wanted to make sure it's centered, we'll use a tape measure and make sure it's exactly where we want it, so it is centered. But hey,
this is a one layer transfer, so you don't have to worry about the placement of another layer. So this, I'm just eyeballing it. But yes, if you were doing a one that is layered, our transfers do now come with registration marks. And they're
$2.99 for this?
Yep.
I'm sorry to interrupt. Yes.
Nope.
So,
I forgot to give that link. I'm so sorry. That's the one link.
Jenny Appa and Facebook. Yeah, the tape is $2.99, and you get 5 yards of it.
Yes.
Yeah, believe me, it's cheap, and it's nice to have quite a few rolls on hand for things like this.
Yep. So anytime I am doing a project that I have other areas I need to hit, I will keep my paste on pretty thick in the beginning. And the reason why is your paste, as soon as you put your paste down, it's already starting to dry. So by leaving it a little bit thicker on the top, it's drying, but it's not drying to the point where it's going to lift with your transfer. Right when we are finished, we can take the excess off, and then we will be good.
Yeah. Brenda Gore, thank you for answering that. So yes, Carol, it is reusable as long as it doesn't get goopy and gross with chalk paste. But if you're using it for the placement of your letters and stuff like that, it's definitely reusable. Just kind of like we said, it's like washi tape.
Can you help me this?
Oh, sure.
So it doesn't dry. So I'm removing that placement tape, just that blocked out all of that stuff, and you can see how great of a job it does at blocking colors out. So we're just going to take off these two at first because we're going to place my forget-me-not.
And you'll have one.
Or excuse me, the buttermilk. I apologize.
One teeny spot there, by the way.
Oh, good job, Sean. Good, Sean. You're so good. You're so good to me, McCoy.
I tried my best.
Oh. All right. So I'm going to grab a mini squeegee.
Mini.
And we are going to put buttermilk up here. I know I did it a little too close. I could have probably put a little more tape. And we're going to put buttermilk down here. Now there is some of these that are pretty close, and I'm going to grab my multi-tool to get those.
Yeah, the multi-tool, if you guys have never seen one of those, I'll show you one up close here. Oh, you have them all over there. They came out with these at the first convention, and believe me, when
my favorite tool that came out.
This came out, everybody went absolutely hog wild. So it's really cool. It's the same silicone that the squeegee is for, and it's solid. You cannot bend in the middle, but you can definitely see it's bendable, so it's pliable when you're doing your applications. The hockey stick end, which this is what we do to clean the edges around your paste jars, so they're nice and clean and keeps all of it into the center so it doesn't dry. Because if you had a slight air thing, and it might get into there, like it might get through here and dry. So you can clean your edges on the upper edge and get down and actually clean down below the inner edge and bring it all to the center. That's why they made these. They're perfect.
All right. Ooh, I did cut that close. You're not kidding, Sean.
Yep.
Sorry.
Kathy Snyder shared, I'm new to Chaka Tour. Thank you for your videos and sharing.
Oh, you're
welcome, Kathy.
Thank you.
Glad you can be in the group.
All right, so I'm going to remove...
Hi, Kara, sorry.
Kara, I'm going to remove our colors going backwards. So I'm going to start with the forget-me-not. And this stuff is reusable, guys. So just put it right back in to your paste jars. And that's it.
Hi, Holly Tisdall.
Hi, Holly Tisdall.
We know Holly.
Just so everyone knows, Holly was my first and only early girlfriend in high school. So.
Yeah. Oh, thanks, Melissa.
And I love my Tisdall. All right. So I'm removing the buttermilk here. We're going to do the same thing down here on the moon and stars. If you get some off of your transfer, don't worry. I'll show you how to fix that. That's what's great about Chaka Couture is and I don't mean this in a mean way, and Sean doesn't take it in a mean way, but
Nope.
if Sean can do this.
So that's going to be my answer for Cricut's nature. How easy this is very easy to do. There are times where you may do these multiple layers and stuff that may look a little more harder, but believe me, doing just the basics of just one color, one layer, bam, bam, you're done, and it's perfect every single time. That's what makes it so easy and so much fun. Getting to a little more something like this, it's a little more, it seems like it would be difficult, but it really isn't.
With our new paste formulation, it's not too difficult because we have a lot longer of a dry period. It used to be our drying period was pretty quick turnaround, but if you're using Chaka Couture, the paste, of course, but if you're using our surfaces that were designed to go with our paste, you're not going to have any issues. As long as you put it on thick in the beginning and remove the excess going backwards, kind of like I'm showing you now, you shouldn't have an issue. If you do have an issue, not a problem. I'll show you how to fix it. That's what's great. Worst case scenario, if it's so bad, Sean, and you're like, this is not. What do we do?
Spray it with water and wipe it off clean and start all over. That's what's so easy. I love the way Ann Robson put this. If you can butter toast, you can do this.
Yep.
And that is so true. This is very simple.
All right, so we have all of that excess removed. And
Crystal, no.
Here we go.
This will not. Watch how, this is so great about the new paste since they've come out with the new formula. Anyway. And we're pulling straight up, not towards you.
So, and that's so we do not stretch.
And curl, it may curl just a bit, but it didn't. Look at that. Look how
at
perfect.
We have a little oopsie doolies, and we'll fix those in one sec.
I will actually do those.
Make sure it's dry first, Sean, or
I'm just doing the big ones.
Oh, okay.
So I'm just going to take a wet wipe right here, just kind of wrap it around my fingers, and I'm just going to wipe up these because it is wet. And we get these from Costco. If you have a Costco, even I'm sure Sam's Club has got a version of one. Just a big thing of unscented, no dye baby wipes. They work perfectly. And look at that, all cleaned up. He says he's got a small little oopsie, and I can't even see it because it must be pretty darn small. But to me, it looks perfect. Look at that. Let me zoom in a little bit so you guys can see this a little better. Look at that. Got that beautiful buttermilk for the stars and moon, and the beautiful forget-me-not for the angel. I thought of doing the gold, but the gold just really didn't go with the buttermilk, so that's why we stuck with the kind of a nice blue. But look at that, so perfect. It is just perfect. And try doing this in vinyl. Holy cow, that's a lot of weeding and trying to get it just right. And I think it was, who said it?
So, Sean, can you move the board out of the way real quick?
I can.
So for those of you who are new, here is the transfer afterwards. I do clean my transfers right away. I put them under running water. I use our board erasers that are great at removing dried images on a board, but they're also great when I'm under the running water. I just do this and get all of that paste off. I then turn it over under the running water, get all the paste off of this. And if you guys can see here, by doing this process right after I pull it up, this transfer looks brand new. You can't even tell this transfer has been used. So what we're going to do now is put this sticky side up and let it air dry in 2 hours. That whole stickiness of that transfer will come back. Excuse me, Sean. And that's what's great about our fuzzing cloths is one side is to fuzz it. The other side, which is kind of the microfiber side, dries it. So if I wanted to, you guys, look at this. This will blow your mind too. So if I wanted to, I could put this sticky side down, just like so. And I can go like this and take all of that moisture off, okay? So all I'm doing is drying it like I would anything else. I'm going to flip it up, or pull it up, wipe this down. I'm gonna put it sticky side up this time, and watch. Just by patting it down a few times, you can already see the stickiness coming back. Watch.
Yep.
So these fuzzing cloths were a game changer. I'm sorry, Sean, I think you're going to answer a question and I interrupted you.
And I should have transferred. Is this transfer still available?
It is available. It's just sold out at the moment. So if you go to my site, I'm not sure if we have that feature yet. There's going to be a feature that says remind me or let me know when the stock comes in. Yeah. It will come back in. We're always ordering new stock. So look at that. You guys see how sticky that is already just by using my fuzzing cloth? So I'm going to go put this off to the side.
No, everything looks perfect to us there, Nature. I don't know. Did you see an oopsie somewhere? Other than the spots and spots?
I don't know. I'm just looking at it really for the first time.
To me, it looks like it's
so where Sean made those little corrections, I'm just going to take...
And I have not dried it yet.
Okay. Just like that.
I think there was another question that went by. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, Melanie Moore. Again, eyeballing it is pretty good. If you really want to make sure it's perfect, just get a little measuring tape and just measure both sides, and boom, you got it.
Boom, you got it.
Boom, you got it.
Boom goes the dynamite. Now, I use the cold setting, not really so much on this one, but typically if you're doing layering piece, for me it works the best.
Jenny, just a quick answer to yet. No, it will not. Does not work on any machine, bundle, or new item.
Oh, okay.
That was for the last one we did. So
all right.
She said, sorry, off
okay.
off topic.
I'm going to clean my jars just real quick because this will make your jars of paste last an extra long time. So essentially what I'm doing, and Sean can zoom in here real quick, is I clean around the rim of the jar, and then I take what Sean was saying, the hockey in stick, and clean around the rim of the jar, tap off my extra, and then I take my water and I put about 4 squirts in it and immediately put the lid on. And the reason I do this, guys, is if you do not get a tight seal and air gets in there, it has that water on top that it's going to evaporate before it gets to your paste. So let's do that real quick because I'm an avid believer if you take care of this and get all those icky chunkies out of there. The next time you open it, it should be good.
And you can wash it if you want to. You can scrape out everything that's on the lid and give it a quick wash too. If you're
Sean usually does that if we're not doing a video. He takes pride in cleaning the lids. He's a good Couture assistant.
I'm trying my best. Trying to see if there was any other ones. And thank you, Angela, for catching some of those other ones I might be missing.
And this one I've already cleaned, so I just...
The one prior to this color, the other blue, was called Azure.
It was a little different, but it was pretty too.
Yeah, it was very
I think
pretty.
Sean's favorite color is just blue, let's be honest. All right, guys, so we have that part done. Now I'm going to bring in... It's going to be a little out of left field at first, but you'll understand why here. I am going to bring in some cardstock.
Cardstock.
And
before you do this, it's still wet. I just noticed it.
And thank you, Sean.
Yeah.
So we're going to bring in some cardstock, and it will come together, I promise. You'll be like, what is that for, Ken? So we're going to cut this. This is actually watercolor paper. Once again, that'll make more sense once we're done. And we're going to cut this at, I want to do this, that's my base. So we're going to do this at 6.5, which is right at the end of this board.
I'm going to answer Jenny Appa on Facebook. If you want to seal it, what do you use? Any of the companies that are spray can paint and stuff like that. Rust-Oleum is one, Krylon's another, and I think there's some other, even some cheapy brands. This would be a matte finish, so it would be just definitely a matte finish, no high gloss. They do have a high gloss out there, so if that's what you are looking for, you can do that. This is what you do. What I do typically is minimum 2 coats, minimum 2 coats. Once you do this, if a little splash of water got on it, it's not going to ruin it. It will not come off. A few more coats, especially if you think you're going to be showing this outside, I'd probably do a lot more. Just don't overdo it. And if you're in a hurry, like sometimes we are, I use a hairdryer just to dry each layer, and you just do it right over. One of the things I do recommend, don't spray it while it is sitting vertically, you know, straight up and down, because if you start spraying, you're too close, it's going to be a splotch and it'll run. Once you do that, yeah,
I've had that
very
happen.
hard, if not impossible, to fix that. So it's best to either be laying down, if it's just at a slight angle, like put a rock underneath or a brick. Obviously, you got to do this outside. You're good 8 to 12 inches away. Just give it a nice coat back and forth, up, down, cross, cross. Let it air dry if you want, if it's on a nice sunny day. If you need to do it a little faster, use a hairdryer to get it to there. But like I said, minimum of 2 coats. Oh, we have not tried our rubber band.
Oh, we forgot. I'm so sorry,
we should have done
guys.
that. Yeah, we should have done that. Sorry.
I got to
Going
doing my normal spiel and I forgot. I'm sorry.
We'll have to do that next time. But yeah,
Yes.
it would have worked.
It would have worked.
Yes,
Dang it.
Lisa, you are correct. Lisa
What was that?
Townsend. Somebody was asking how well did we do on our Chakathon auction. We did very, very well.
We
blew it out of the water more than we
didn't
thought.
blow it out of the water.
You guys, the
my
crew and everybody
blew it out of the water. We were just the vessel and selling our stuff, but they're the ones that showed up in masses. Okay.
So yes, this is Journey Blooms. This is what used to be Fun Stamper's Journey, which is now Spellbinders, right?
Yes.
There you go. There's your answer.
Exactly. Sorry, I had to drink of water. Okay, so I did cut 3 of these on watercolor cardstock. Once again, I'll make more sense here in a second. And then this is a Gina K cardstock. It's a kind of a darkish brown, but the reason I chose this is it matches our board frame almost exact.
Yeah.
So I'm cutting this at 6.25 by 4.25. So once again, 6.25 or 6 1/4. I always say 0.25. That's the banker in me. By 4 1/4 or 4.25.
Yes, Melody won me for a week.
She did.
And thank you again, Melody. It's going to be fun. Fun, fun, fun.
I thought she was joking when I kind of presented and said, Melody, you said you want to win Sean, so how bad do you want him? And so I made it a contest. I'm not opposed to putting Sean up for auction for a good cause, guys.
Nope. There was a question I just... no, we are not using distilled water. We're just using plain old tap water when we're... once he's done with any of the items, just throws it in the water, lets it sit, and this way it just comes off much easier when I go clean.
It sure does, Sean.
And this here, plain old water. It's a great mister too. This is a beautiful mister. What am I going to cook for Melody? Whatever she wants.
All right, guys. So all I'm doing at this point is I am combining all of my watercolor cardstock. Once again, this will make sense as I get closer to my finish of my project. So that's why we cut these. So they are going to get paired right up, and they are all cut the same size. So essentially this is, I'm creating a stable. I do not have any more of my foam board that I can cut. So that's why I'm using this. If you had foam board, you could easily cut foam board for this, for what we're trying to achieve. And once again, we're just gonna line it up. And I do kind of want the textured side out. So make sure you guys give Rapcopter. We will be back tonight. We're probably going to be a little late tonight, guys, instead of at 5:30, because it's kind of a ripple effect. So our next live video will probably be closer to 5:30, but there will be another giveaway. And we are doing these all week because why not? I said, I don't need sleep. I don't need to function. let's do literally a bazillion lives in a week and see what happens to Ken. Was that a good idea, Sean?
Oh, yeah, it was.
It was Sean's first week. I had to induct him into the hall, like, you know, give him, Sean, this is your idea. This is what you do.
Jenny Appa from Facebook, this what you're seeing now, this is what we call our studio. It's actually part of our living room downstairs, or den, whatever you want to call it. The wall behind us right here, that's where the original craft room is. It's just a converted bedroom. It was just
so we're in the corner of the downstairs that we weren't really utilizing this corner. It was more of kind of a dead corner. And I came home one day and I said, Sean, he says, what? And I said, I want to buy well, I basically said I need a way to store my transfers. He came up with the idea of getting this, which is a Husky.
It's a Husky tool chest.
Tool chest that you normally put hammers and nails in. And so I bought it, and it's got this actually goes up and down. It's pretty cool. But when we got it, I said, that is not going into the room. And he said, okay. And I said, so what if I put this in the corner and it kind of overtakes our den and our living room downstairs? And he goes, if I tell you no, is that going to make a difference? And I was like, good point, thanks, bye.
Yep.
That's how
Believe
the story
me,
goes.
He would still like to move out that way.
I would.
If we could, but
I would.
mean, if it was up to me, I would like to do this live, all our videos in an actual somewhere other place, not at home, which we've talked about, and something that's got really high ceilings, because this way I could do lighting correctly.
And I told him, we can do that now, but you can't leave your job. And he said, okay, we can do that later.
Yeah, we can do it later.
I ran out of adhesive, guys, sorry.
Gotta get more. Mel says we'll be live every day when we're there.
Sweet.
Sweet, we can do that. Thanks, Tanya.
So basically what we're trying to do here is create as much of a perfect in the center, so it's an offset. It's got that beautiful brown, that white, and doing a little bit of an offset there.
Do you, Karen Radford? Oh, Karen.
Hi, Karen.
Hi, Karen.
Congratulations on your win.
Yes, it was wonderful. Do you roll the top up when you are coloring? The top of this, I think, is what she's talking about. Like, so you're more like this.
So I'm not.
Yeah, if he's coloring with not on air, he doesn't.
Yeah, on air, Sean wants the camera so far away, but the reason I love the retractable this with going up and down, many of you guys know I've had neck surgery, so my neck, I get injections in my neck all the time because they are so bad. So after these lives, after doing 3 back-to-back, I'm in so much pain, and that it does help. It doesn't eliminate it, but it does help. All right, we have those done, Sean. So it is time.
Time.
Okay, so do you guys know how I said to
I need a big one.
keep your empty jars? This is why. So I'm going to turn on my Ryobi glue stick. Now, I use this... glue gun, sorry. I use this in a ton of crafts now. This is about $90, which I know is expensive, but it was one of the best craft room purchases I've made. It uses, obviously, a battery pack. It gets super hot, and it holds extremely well.
Yep.
So when I'm building stuff out of a multiple of stuff, I don't have to worry about it breaking apart.
And the nice thing about this one, like you said, because it comes out so hot, you have that little extra time to adjust your whatever you're gluing together, so that's really nice too. 90 sounds like a lot, but that includes the battery and the charger. A lot of times it's just the gun and maybe the battery with no charger, and he paid more for it, so it's actually come down in price. It's actually a very good price for this.
Okay guys, so we're gonna turn that on. While that is charging, I'm gonna bring these into frame. These were a new release at this catalog. These are our brand new board and pillar. They have the board here, and you can see it's stuck in there, and that's because there's a peg system. And you can remove the peg system, have it go vertical or horizontal, like so, and put the peg system. So I actually am going to have it go vertical, but at first we're going to remove this and keep the peg system. And we're going to remove this. I can't, with my Band-Aid, I can't get that. Can you get that?
Do you love it, Melinda? Isn't that a great, her husband got the, ooh, that's really, I can't even grab all that.
Okay, I have a tool. Don't you worry, Sean. Let me open this chest that someone pretty amazing found for me.
You can do it now, yeah. Cricut's Natures, you know, it's funny, we found a picture of bunnies that we thought would be beautiful for transfer. So we're hoping that, because if we find things that might look really good as transfers, we're allowed to sit there and say, hey, what do you guys think?
So this here is our board and base. This was released in the last catalog. This has been a huge hit, so we're going to bring that in. And that's what I'm actually going to start with, because I don't need the glue gun for this. So we have the board and base. And now, normally, you guys, whoever gets this, I won't permanently attach this, because whoever gets this, obviously, will
maybe want to change it
up. But because the board says, on the day you were born, angels clapped their hands and the moon danced with the stars, you might put pictures of kids. I have pictures of my puppies. So that's what we're going to use for now.
When they were puppies.
When they were puppies. And what we will use now and stuff. So on this one, it's going to go straight onto the board. And I won't use too much adhesive because I am going to remove this. But I have this. This is a Cutie Batootie Little Riley. And this one I want straight on the blackboard. No offset, nothing. So when you do this, put it in its board and base, because that's going to hide a little bit of the board. And then you want to kind of line it up with that offset. Just like so. Look at her. Hi, little miss. Oh, she's so cute. Now she barks.
Yeah.
Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to grab these board and bases. And we are going to use our offsets. Once again, I'm just going to use a little bit of adhesive so this way I can take it off without ruining it. And these are going to go pretty much in the center, but still see that offset of brown and khaki and all that goodness.
Toby Joe.
This is little Toby Joe.
That's 12 years ago.
That's 12 years ago. Can you believe that? And this, you guys, is little Mr. Han when we were weighing him.
Yeah. Get the wand.
Look at how handsome he is. Right now, he's not so fun because Riles is in heat.
And he's not fixed.
And he's not fixed, so he thinks he owns her. And then these are going to actually go in here. So we're not even going to chalk on these frames. But what we are going to do is turn them upside down. And we are going to use this. We're going to use this on the back and those on the, wait, no, these on the front, these on the back. So this is where my glue gun comes in. I'm going to put a, you might need to get me another.
Yeah, got one right here.
So I'm going to put some glue on here. And we're going to put this as much in the middle as possible. Just like that. It doesn't have to be perfect. We're going to do the same thing. Here, I'll do this.
Ooh, in there?
There's paper in there.
Oh, okay.
Do you not like that?
Yeah, that's fine. I know I can't stand the cuteness. You're right there, Angela. Can't stand the cuteness.
So we're going to put this one right here. Sean has a really good hack for this glue gun that just cracks.
So yeah, I was going to tell you, Melinda.
So I'll let you do that because I have to clean these boards to make sure there's no dust on them.
So Melinda, I know you said you have one. What I do is that you can take one of the bigger, if you have one, take one of the bigger squeegees. We happen to have the angle one as well. But what I do is I put the, where it drips, I just put it right underneath because it's silicone. It goes right off without sticking to anything. Look at that. Done, clean.
Done, clean.
Yeah.
Sean,
yes.
In a little bit you might want to get your other handheld.
Okay. The camera's upstairs.
That's okay, I can do this for a sec. So now we are going to affix these inside here, and you can see they kind of pop out a little, and we want to make sure they're as center as possible. And the reason why I wanted this versus the other way around is this has a lip and it will hide it a little better. So we're just going to put that around. So that's why I always say make sure to keep your jars. So we will put this right in the center. And one of Sean's good points on this is this glue gun's so hot, it comes out so hot, you have a little play time to make sure, you know, things are straight and all that, but you can already see that it's kind of protruding out there. We're going to do the same thing with Mr. Toby Joseph here. So add some glue around here. And we're going to add that as much as possible in the center to where it matches. I'm going to hold these up so I can look at them. Like I said, we get a little bit of play there. There we go. So we have these done. We're going to let those cool. So just like that, we have them. We have the beautiful little Miss Riley on this board without anything. So she's just kind of hanging out. Now we could, actually, you know what? I will to make her feel like she's included with the boys. Sean, we can't show different for girls. Let's make it the same. So I'm gonna add her onto here because she looked at the boys and said, wait a minute, that is not fair, Daddy Kenny. And yes, I am Daddy Kenny. And yes, my dogs talk to me. And yes, they all have different voices. No judge. No judging me. Right, Sean?
That's right, no judging.
No judging. However, their voices are very similar, and at times they all think I'm talking to them. And when they hear that baby dog voice, man, they go nuts. Oh yeah, I like that much better. Okay, so we are going to put all of these up for just 1 sec. We're going to move on to the final step, which is this board. So you guys can see that here. Sean's going to move here in a second because this is our box frame boards. And you can see there's a little bit of a ledge in there, and it just happens to match up with this right here. Now you can glue it like this, or you can glue it like this, which is how I'm going to glue it, because this way we have a little bit more, we can add stability to the back, which I'll show you how to do that. So we have the board here, and we're essentially going to want to put it just like so. So the best way to do this is to flip the board over. Oh wait, no, I had it right. I was going to do that if I showed you. The best way to do this is to put the glue on and try to put it flush with that. So just like that. Does that make sense? So you're going to put the glue here, put it flush here.
Beauty.
Okay, so that's what we're going to do right now. I'm going to grab my glue gun. We're going to add glue right here.
You can see how hot that is because it comes smoking. And it's almost like boiling. Look at the bubbles. That's how hot this is.
Okay, and I'm just going to put this directly flush up to here. Now, as Sean was saying, you have a little bit of time.
Not much, but a little.
A little bit, so we want to make sure that this is as centered as possible. Are we centered, Sean?
Yeah, because you have
Okay,
just about the
perfect.
same amount of...
And I'm just going to press force onto this and kind of move it in the process because you don't want to get to stuck whatever.
Any of the goo comes out.
Now, if you or your husband or your domestic partner or boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever you got, have clamps, you could use them now. Because this isn't going to really hang on a wall, I guess you could, but...
I'd get a reinforcement though.
Correct. If you're going to do that, I would get a board to reinforce it. But what I do, the easy solution, is to go to your dollar store and get these. They're in the kids section. They're pretty much, oh, that's going on that. Sorry, Sean.
Oh, that's all right.
So I get these in the dollar store, like I said, in the kids section. You can also use the base from our board and base. However,
those are a little more expensive.
A little more expensive.
These
and
are
essentially, all I'm going to do is use these to reinforce back here.
Should probably only 2.
Yeah. Now you don't have to use this. You could get hardware, anything like that. But for me, it's easier this. The only thing is if you're going to hang it on the wall, which I do not suggest anyways, but you could, just know that you might have to put another one of these towards the top. So I think, yeah, only 2 because one's not going to fit there. It doesn't look like it. So 2 is going to be it, Shawnee.
You know it.
All right, so what I'm going to do is literally add a layer of good glue on here. Gosh, that stuff's hot. Obviously, be very careful. You do not want to burn your fingers.
Nope.
And we're going to put it literally right at the base of this board with just a little lip. Put your one hand underneath, and we're going to push a little bit just on this part, because we're going to push it anyways. And then we're going to do the same on this one. Now, these are dollar chalkboards, so you can actually break these in half.
Put a little more on the bottom edge. There you go.
You can actually break these in half if you need to.
Or cut them.
Or cut them and get them at any size. So if you want to reinforce it more, you absolutely could. The big thing is you just want to make sure you don't extend over that edge. So I'm going to flip it over, and just like that, we're going to push on this, let it sit there for just a quick second, and now we have a beautiful display, and literally we're secure. And here's the fun part. Now, normally I get it. You have kiddos, and you're gonna have pictures of your kiddos. I have dogs, so one will go here towards the front and tilt in. The other, with Mr. Tobias Joseph, will go over here. Peg system in the back. If I can line up holes. There we go. Shimmy it.
Shimmy, shimmy, Cocoa Pop.
Shimmy, shimmy, pop. So then we have Toby Joe at here. And then the beautiful little Riley there. There you go. What do you guys think? Here, let's turn it this way. We'll get some light on it. Sean, go around. If you want to go stand over there, and I'll turn it around and everyone can see it. So this is the piece that's going up for giveaway. I will do the shipping right over there, Sean, actually.
Okay.
I will do all of the shipping and everything for you. Just want to, and of course, I will take my, just like I blew right here, pictures of my dogs off, but there is the completed piece. What do you guys think of it?
It's gorgeous.
Isn't it cute?
Love it.
I know they're dogs, but if they weren't dogs, how cute would that be with like your kids' pictures? Like if you had 3 kids, you could do all 3. If you had 1 kid, just do the 1 child, and stuff. So, I mean, how cool is that? I just love it. And I love mixing our boards. These are all Chalk Couture surfaces, you guys. So let me turn around so Sean can come back over here and we can get back on camera. So there you guys are. There is my out-of-the-box project for you all using Chalk Couture. Sean's going to turn off that camera there.
Did I leave the base? Let me...
So that's how you guys can make really cool things, 3D things. This is fully supported now. You can see there's a little bit of wiggle up here, so you absolutely could put another piece of board up here or nails right through here. But for the most part, I can pretty much lift it. Here I go. My hand, and it's fine. So that glue holds it really well. And you can see, let me move the camera down.
Well, I can do it with the remote.
Oh, okay. No, you're fine, love.
You sure?
Yeah. So look at that. I'm just going to give you guys a sweeping action here.
A crane.
How fun is that? So there you are. What do you guys think? Fun?
Let's see.
Sean's going to look at questions. I'm going to take it down here, and you guys can, hopefully it goes to a home that has either kids or maybe even dogs, so they can get a beautiful...
Angela says if she wins it, she wants the puppies on there.
She wants the puppies on there?
It's on there.
Now, if it was me, let me turn our camera up a little.
Yep, just a little bit.
So if it was me, I personally would take the hot glue and glue all the photos in place so that they didn't fall or tumble.
Amazing.
But however, I'll leave that up to the person who wins it, because I want them to be able to move the frames or do a different frame. But I always tell people, think outside of it. You know, I know we can go to Michael's and we can go to Joann's and find other surfaces. I firmly believe Couture has the best surfaces. Our surfaces are made to work with our paint, or our Chalkology paste and ink. So I love to use them, but I also love to mix them. I love to combine boards that necessarily don't go together. Another board I did that with is our board and base. Let me go grab it real quick. Well, here's another perfect example. Here is our seed planter, same thing. I just used the glue gun.
And Miss Karen won this.
Yes, she did. So there that is. So you guys, I mean, the possibilities are endless with Couture. And the way I always tell people is, imagine how much a piece like this would be at a TJ Maxx or Home Goods or even a Macy's, and you can create it. So that's why I love Couture.
Perfect for Lori's 3 beagles. Nice.
Oh, yes.
There you go, Karen. Now you can see your other thing.
Any questions, Chunks? We have to get ready for our next video already if you can't.
That's basically it.
All right. So if you have any questions on Couture, please reach out to me. If you want to win this piece, please fill out or do the raffle copter down below. We are going to give people a week to enter for that, and then I'll pick a grand prize winner and send that to you in the mail with whatever. The dog photos can stay on there if you want them, or if you have kiddos, they could be your own dogs. And we'll spray it and get everything ready. And other than that, thanks for joining us and having fun. I love doing this stuff. It's so much fun with Couture. And we will be back in about an hour, might be a little bit longer, with our last live video and giveaway of the day. So thank you for joining, guys. We had a blast with you. We will see you in about an hour or so. Until then, bye, everyone.
One last question. This is open for everybody, Canada and everybody else. So
it is open for everyone, but I have to stipulate this. If you love this project on Facebook, I am so happy. If you want to remember this video, so you want to do the instruction video and stuff, it is on YouTube. If you are a designer, please do not share the Facebook video. It is against compliance for you to share a video that has my shopping links, and I do not want you to get in trouble. So please do not share the video. That's the only thing I request. But it is open to anyone, designers, non-designers, Canadian, Europe, Australia. I can deal with the shipping. I want to make sure everyone can enter.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you.
There you go. All right, guys, we'll see you in about an hour or so.
Bye.